Good morning everyone. Today we'll be discussing about the network architecture and services which are there in the communication network part. Okay, so mainly what is communication, where do you do the communication, and how the network access and services are being given, or in the network what services are being provided, that you will be learning today in this session. Few parts you will be learning, other things will be next in the future classes we will be learning. So in the chapter 1, in the previous sections whatever we have done, it is only the introduction of what is DCCN is and what does DCCN consist of, that we have done. So today we will be starting with the chapter 1, what and all things are being managed and how it is said to be managed everywhere, that you will be learning today. Okay, so in the communication part you can see here, in the communication you have various aspects. Okay, when you are said to be communicating, it is said to be dealing with all the concepts. So when you are communicating, it is nothing but you are said to be communicating the information from one end to another end, from different locations, one location to another location, you are said to be communicating. Okay, that is the part of communication. And in the communication part, it is said to be having various services. You have to provide some services regarding whichever aspect it may be. The services are said to be provided by the various network facilities. For example, if you have a Vodafone, you have a Airtel, or any of the networks you are having, they will be providing all the services to you. And the main station which is said to be like health, which is said to be responsible, your government or something, it will be involved in monitoring everything and providing you with the services. Okay, so today in the communication services or the applications, where and all it is being used, you can see here where and all it is being used. In the first section we learned about which sections you are said to be having, that you will be dealing with. Okay, so this section you will be learning mainly the aspects of how it is being dealt, what it is being dealt, that you will be learning. Okay, so in the first aspect you can see here you have the email concept. Your network, it is said to be helpful in the mailing or emailing concept, it is said to be helpful. So here first example which is given here in the concept is of email. Okay, where the server gets communicated to the person and the server is getting said to be like interacting with each other. That is the part of your application. And next application is said to be when you want to browse something, what do is you are said to be getting access to the browser. Okay, you can see here you are said to be accessing the browser, that is nothing but which is said to be there in the web server, and that response is given to you. That is one of the example when you are said to be browsing through the internet. Okay, next instant messaging. Okay, I can even over the LAN also I can send a message and receive a message. Okay, a cable connection is there, or it may be through the cloud. You are said to be getting connected and you are said to be normally texting a message to one person to another person, multiple people. You are said to be even communicating through the system also. System also has the facility that you can send and receive the messages. Okay, that is said to be helpful in the communication part. Then telephonic conversation, when you are said to be communicating. Okay, I can communicate, I can change your connections from one end to another end. How it is being done is, okay, I want to change the connection from one part to another part, one system to another system, one person to another person. One system is there which will help you out in like changing your connections from one end to another end. For example, you are said to be using the WhatsApp over the system. How it is being done, you are said to be putting your data onto WhatsApp, and that data it is being fetched through the system. You have the WhatsApp web option, so through which you are said to be dealing. Okay, this is one of the example where you have the real time conversation. You are talking over the phone, that is said to be your real time. Directly you are talking to the other person, whatever it is, through a mobile or telephone, whatever it is, you are said to be talking, which is said to be a real time concept. Okay, next, okay, when you are said to be moving outside, you don't have a connection, you don't have anything to get communicated. So what do? You use a mobile and get communicated to each other. How do you do? A cell phone also has the concept of like direct connection, and they are said to be communicating with each other. How do they get connected? Is through the satellites. Okay, mainly satellites are said to be helpful in getting communicating from one end to another end. Okay, these are the applications mainly whichever sector you are using. And another one application, instant messaging. Okay, you may be using a handheld machine which will help you out only in sending and receiving the messages. For example, you have a PDA, personal digital assistance, which you have in your hand, that device will help you out only in sending and receiving the messages. Those are said to be short messages which you are sending and receiving through this particular small device. Okay, this is also a device which will help you out in getting communicated. So these and all aspects are there in the application part. Then other applications you can see here, peer-to-peer example for you when you are using the satellites. When you are said to be involved in the concept of robotics, when you are using the concepts of space researches everything, then you will be having this particular peer-to-peer application. And main other applications of your communication network is it is helpful in audio and video streaming, it is helpful in playing games, it is helpful in online purchasing, it is helpful in sending the text messages over the cell phones, or it may be through the PDAs you are said to be sending, and voice over the internet. You can have a call through the internet also, you can talk through the internet also, you have a webcam through which you can talk and even see the video, everything. Voice call also can be done through a system and you can do it through an internet facility. Okay, these and all other applications are there in the communication network. So in the communication network, what and all happens, what is said to be necessary, what services are being provided by the internet, that we will be learning in this slide. You can see here you are said to be sending a block of information, nothing but your message is said to be divided into blocks, and those blocks it will be receiving from one end to another end in the format of blocks only, not whole lot of message it will be received at the other end. The message it will be in the format of blocks, and the information is nothing but a reliable transfer of stream of information, whatever it is said to be sent and received in the reliable format. Okay, I have sent a audio file, at the other end the audio it should be like heard like full clearance it should be there. If I am sending a video, at the other end it should be full clear, no disturbance should be there. That it will be monitored and it will be done everything by the internet. And even you can have a real-time voice signal or a video signal also here. Okay, so that it is being provided by the services factors in the internet aspect. Okay, then it is even providing other services which it is providing is the email and the web aspect. You can send and receive the email, you can send a stream of information from one end to another end. Okay, and another facility is there, that is you are said to be using is the fax and the modems, which also are dependent services of the telephone. It gets connected from one end to another end through a modem, nothing but modulation and demodulation. Modem means modulation and demodulation. Your signals, it depends on your signals it will be having 10 pulses, it will receive 10 pulses. Demodulation, that 10 pulses it will be doubled, it will be 20. So when you have a faster network, the modulation it doubles, so that is said to be formed through the modem, and you have the fax facility through the telephone services. And even your internet services also helps in other network facilities also. It is nothing but the sending of messages from one end to another end, text messages, those which are said to be dependent on the internet. Okay, all these are the other services and the applications which are there over the network. Okay, and next thing you will be learning, what do you mean by communication network? So this is a question which may be asked for 2 marks. So remember this definition everybody. So what is the definition is, the communication network, it's nothing but it has the equipments and facilities that provide basic communication service. The hardware and software devices which will help you out in getting communicated the information from one end to another end. That is the communication network. Virtually it is not said to be visible. It is not said to be visible. It will be in the cloud. Okay, how the cloud helps you out in getting communicated from one end to another end is, in between you have other devices which will help you out in getting communicated. All those equipments are, you have a router which helps you out in getting communicated. You have the main servers which gets connected, switches which change. When the data is being sent, the switch will be set on. If the data is not sent, the switches get off automatically. You need not involve. The same concept, multiplexer, one signal it will be divided into multiple signals. One connection, it can divide into multiple connections, that is there in the multiplexers. Hubs and modems help you out in getting communicated. In between devices are said to be your hubs and modems. Other things which are involved are the facilities. What facilities are necessary? To get communicated, you get communicated through the copper wires, the coaxial cables, the optical fibers, and the poles. Telephone poles or the ducts and conducts are nothing but the various pipelines which are being done while communicating. Those are the ducts and conducts. And other things of getting communicated is the wireless communication. You have the antennas, you have various antennas which are being connected here and there everywhere, which get the connection from the satellite and they transfer the information to the other through the wires. It may be they are said to be communicating. So this is your communication network aspects. And next, the last part in this session is main important one is it is nothing but your network architecture. It's nothing but it depends on how the design is being built. How the design is being built. It's nothing but okay, before I do something, when I am sending the data from one end to another end, I have to see how the network is, how the network is built in, which network is said to be suitable so that the data can be transferred easily and a faster way. That is in the part of architecture. Before I construct a house, I first go in for the plan. I design everything and then I go for the construction of a house. Same way here also. So in the architecture part, first it will be designed, then it will be sending the information from one end to another. Nothing but first it will be checking for the route, which route to go, then it transfers the data over the route. That is the part of your architecture. And this architecture, it provides all the services, network services. Okay, if any problem is there in the network, it will be conveying the message backwards from which system it has got the information. Everything, it will be dependent on your architecture. And overall, you can say the structure of the network is it is said to be very complex. Okay, it is not so easy. It is said to be complex, and network architecture, it is said to be partitioned into layers. That layers, it will be helping you out in getting communicated from one end to another end, one layer to another layer, another layer to another layer. Layer by layer, it will be getting communicated. That is said to be your communication networks. Okay, the other parts of communication networks, you will be learning about the layers. It has various layers in your DCCM. That layers are about 7 layers, which you will be learning in the next session. So today what you learned is what are the applications of communication network and where you are said to be dealing it, what is the definition of communication network, and what is the architecture of your communication network. That you have learned today. So in the further sections we will be learning in future about in detail about the communication network. Okay, thank you.